It's Friday, therefore it's your weekend edition, not weekend, well I suppose it is the weekend edition of the MCN, a collection of Marvel Contest of Champions news and information based stories in the community. So what is happening in the crazy world of this game, I hear you ask? Well, first of all, there has been a fix to an issue on PC for custom keybinds, which is live now for those that set how they want to tap the old keyboard. What else? Well, Lizard. You might remember the MCN we brought you with the, it was kind of like sponsored by the letter L, not for loser, but for lizard. Because yes, lizard was something that we picked up on. Many people in the community, not just myself, many people picked up on the fact that in that image of the tank, which was in Oscorp, in the background, in the motion comic, was indeed broken. So does that mean Lizard is coming to game? Well, possibly. Shout out to Simp, such a S-I-M-P. He's a gangster VIP or a PIMP. I don't know. But what I do know is what they posted on X, which is the following. And this comes from the game, or Spider Tech. Let's just go with Spider Tech. There we go. That's the right name. I've got something over here. Big Oscorp tank was shattered. Strange residue inside. Well, to be honest, that sounds a bit weird and freaky. And I tell you what, maybe they got freaky in that tank. If you know, you know. I think these are fish or maybe reptile scales of some sort. Again, it makes it sound even worse. We're talking Oscorp tank. We're talking a strange residue inside. We're talking about it being potentially fishy. Look, again, Kabam, I don't write this. Kabam Vincent, kinky bastard. Thoughts in the comments about that. Maybe that'll be addressed in the next Law Corner. Yeah, monster stuff. Okay. Yes, I think Lizard is coming to the game, personally. Is this going to come in December? Quite likely. A Spider-Verse character coming in December? Maybe November? Could be that, could be not. But we also have to consider the other Idol champion, which if that's November, I'll tell you what, champions and release schedules could be something in December, or it could be those two champions technically in November with Mystique, which, let's face it, some people have rumored to be the December champion, could be a thing. More on that space, more on that thought, more on that topic, maybe in the next couple of months. We'll see. New content, new updates, same problem? Quite possibly. Look, it's open to interpretation of how you feel about the current state of this game and whether or not Kabam have dug themselves out of the damage that they've done for the last 2 and a bit months. So, confusion, first of all, starts with the current side quest or kind of overarching fun narrative. The Hunger and the Cured. There's still things are on the fence with confusion around it. Kabam actually had to go and do an explanation to say what it was all about because there's still this grand kind of confusion around it, and the still thing about switching sides. You can switch sides if you choose to, with going between Cured and between Hungered. Does it mean any difference? Possibly not. Can you switch sides? Yes. Should you switch sides? Again, that seems to be debatable. You can play both sides, grab some points, and potentially get peak milestones of both, or stick one side, which seems to be going the highest it's going to. But definitely when I started off and when I was recording my content and my coverage on Wednesday, I didn't have the opportunity, once I've done the objective, to pick otherwise or like pick. The gun just kind of like went, yeah, claim. But I'd already potentially started off as a Hungered, and I didn't realize that I had, and I still didn't. But now I've switched because someone in the Alliance sent me through something so I could just kind of explain the kind of switch and then explain about, playing each side, which you can technically do. It's an event. I don't know. I don't know if they're like realm events. I don't know if Kabam should have done it so as confusing as they are, because it was kind of like seen as like a good thing altogether. Yeah, so Kabam put like a notice out about this to these particular points. where they said that we'll talk about compensation in a minute. The hungered, right? If you're infected, you need to be gifted the cure. If you weren't infected, this is where choice comes in. Ultimately, this event doesn't impact too much. It's just a fun little zombie tie-in. So that's really it. Way to sell it up, Kabam, with it. But yeah, there's a ton of people with kind of equal issue with the just general structure with stuff. We made it a lot easier this round where the tune down was last. Oh, that's to do with the adaptive update. Other than that, yeah, it just seems to be like a little bit of just a little bit of kind of like confusion still with the monthly event. I mean, there's a good point here. Shout out to Bowtie John. Sent a very kind message in Discord and tagged me. Thank you. And also shout out to Just05. Again, similar thing. Curious Me and 4 of my alliance mates are going Cure, despite doing all the same things, opening the message, picking Cure. Jealous of that, by the way. I didn't even get that. Completing our objectives, yet for some reason, me and one of them, I received 2 points. 2 of the others have received 4 points. Is there something wrong, a bug, or am I missing something? We followed the same pattern. So curious why myself and at least one of my alliance members has 2 less points than other members. And there is like an interesting thing about how, how the kind of like points are done in general for what could be working fine, what's not. It's just odd, isn't it? I think we'll all get there in the end with switching sides, switching back again, taking a cure, getting bitten, and getting some peak milestones. But ultimately, by the end of it, you're just like, and I think that's the point that we're gonna like go back to is what Kabamasaurus Rex said, which was that it is meant to be a fun little event, and that's really it. If you indeed find it a fun little zombie tie-in type thing, but MCC is an odd beast with Kabam giving something a go. Sometimes they can do that what we've got, but make it in a way that it's really cool, but kind of like, he was my kind of thing with Marvel Zombies, when I kind of like, I had a rough idea, which I think was one of the many things that I kind of sent to Kabam years ago. I'm talking about 4 years ago, was that it would be like, you go to different places around, like you go on like a scavenger hunt type thing, back when those were relevant within MCOC. They're not now because it's just seen as too grindy. But you pick up body parts, or they were objective body parts of some description, and you maybe you could have used that to create like a Frankenstein monster type thing and form it like a crystal that you then open at a later date, and it would be, of course, whatever was the current meta chase champion. Next up, Act 6 compensation. Now, compensation section. We'll talk about that. Compensation section. So first of all, Kabam is still what seems to be on track to deliver back a compensation package to players. The part 2 is meant to be here by the end of the week. That is for the double compensation mistake that Kabam made as of last week. They're still, I think, working through the data. I mean, by the time this video goes out, you could see it. By the time the MCN seen by you, you could have seen it in game. On the Act 6 compensation side of things, well, that's still something to come. We're expecting to see the profile picture for those who completed Act 6 pre-nerfs, and also a compensation for everyone as well. There has been a change in rewards. That is another story for another day. Go in game if you want to see what the Act 6 rewards changes are. I suppose the jury's out on whether or not we've seen it as a great improvement. And Kabam said the quest has just got the update today. This was as of the Wednesday, whatever it was, 8th of August. October. So we can only start pulling data for those who completed it once that update happens. Going to be a few days before comp for Act 6 can be sent out. So that what's a few days? 4 days at most. So that'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, likely Monday. So yeah, maybe double compensation Friday, and then it will be the Act 6 compensation at the start of the week. Give it an extra day, probably Tuesday will be when we'll see it. We can't really pull the data on something that doesn't exist yet. There are a lot of different levels to this comp and no magic button for it, unfortunately. I wish there were easier process, but it's very manual. Okay, so I don't know what they're talking about. Different levels to this comp, different levels in a state of, I don't know. Maybe it's more difficult than we think how Command would go and pick it up. We'll have to see what happens from that. But yes, compensation coming soon. Give it a few days, or a few days more than a few days. And I think what we'll do is we'll conclude the MCN now. I did have one story, but I think it might be a bit too kind of like wider coverage, a lot of things to bring into it. It's either going to be like a weekend discussion thing, but I really want to move on to do classic difficulty guide, adaptive difficulty guide, bounty missions guide, not just like do it, oh, this is how you do it. It's more like, well, here's some counters for every single path. And then some other stuff as well. Got to prepare for the next battlegrounds, kind of like stuff. So a lot of things that I want to do more guide stuff. So that's what I look forward to doing. But yeah, there will be kind of topic-based videos to do over the weekend, whilst I spend a bit of time writing up Google spreadsheet things and other piddly crap that I've got to do. Anyway, thanks very much for watching and supporting, and I'll see you all in the next video, whatever that is. Bye.